Here we go. Bridging the gap. New energy. Oh, I'm back today. I'm feeling A-OK. So we here. Don't think it's a game. I'm here. I got new toys. Fire! Let's get it popping. Yo, Bridging the Gap. Episode, what number we on, big dog? You know?
You know I have no idea.
Ethan, that's your job. Episode 22. Deuce.
22?
22.
Dang. When did we stop from my apartment?
October, was it?
What episode was that?
Stop like 16?
Wow.
15, 16?
Wow. So as this grows, you guys owe me some residuals, right?
Residual?
From my apartment.
Damn, you Dame Dash already?
Yeah, for sure. Think about this. We talking about the
residual.
We talking about the utilities. We talking about the snacks, beverages.
Snacks. Whoa, you're adding something in. I don't know what you're talking about. Snacks. What?
Yeah.
Man, I live downstairs. I got my own snacks. Crazy.
But while you were in my presence, in my apartment, I took care of you guys.
Man,
I made things suitable for you guys to operate.
I think you overstating what you did, man.
Wow.
I really
Ethan,
do.
What do you think? Never mind, doesn't count.
For you to say something like that.
Oh my
disrespectful for you to say
Where
something
did this
like
guy get the Stephen A. Smith joint?
I'm just saying, you're tripping.
Come on, man.
You talking about?
No, but for real though, like we needed some respect because like after you guys would leave, like there was carnage left over.
Listen, my man said he needs some residuals for giving us snacks. What about recording?
But it's not just snacks. I said utilities. We're talking about overhead. We're talking about like, and I put in with everything in terms of like going into the podcast.
Hold on. You said utilities and overhead. You talking about the rent you already was gonna pay?
That ain't the point. That ain't the point. I took a risk by bringing you guys in there.
This is what I have to deal with.
I took a risk. I took a risk because
what's your risk?
Because when you guys left, I always had to clean up.
Man, you see, this is what happens when you try to bridge the gap. Right. This here is my OG. I got somewhat of a new intro for him today. We're gonna bring that in slowly.
I'm sure it's very disrespectful to the older guys.
Nah, man, this ain't just for you. You know what I'm saying? But let me just start introducing myself. I'm the young OG. I'm the host. You know. I don't like your facial expression right now.
But I'm still like I don't understand what young OG means.
Okay. All right. So let's say in college, right? On your team, you might have been, all of you guys are peers.
Yep.
Right? But in that space, for some reason, all of the guys might have galvanized around you. Y'all are going through the same things. Y'all live in the same space, but they, for some reason, always look for you for some guidance for some things. Same age, you know what I'm saying? You don't look to anybody your age. You always looking to somebody older for some guidance. But you, same space for them, and you like, man, that's different. Like you told me about some things happen, your guy's calling you.
Yeah, right.
Some guidance, something happened to you. And on top of that, experience. Because the only reason they can feel that is because you experience some things that some people haven't experienced, even at a big age or older age, right? So it's more about, and you in the space, right? I'm my age, whatever that age is, and I'm old to some people. To you, I'm a youngin' though.
But my thing is that when you mentioned college in that space.
Well, no, I was just giving an example.
But I'm giving you an example. Like even when I transferred, it was like, the old heads told me, like, we heard that nothing goes down without you kind of knowing it or leading it. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, you might have been a leader, but an OG?
Well,
OG is a little different than being just a leader.
Well, that's just an example of saying why I'm young, but still an OG is because in this space with all my peers in my age, they're looking up to me at certain things or asking some guidance for things. And then on the flip side, if I said this a million times,
anybody that considers Ryan Yates as an OG, holler at me.
Yeah, but look, that's I'm a direct descendant of your tree. So that says a lot about you. So if I misguided you at any point, it's because I was misguided first. So if I did guide you somewhere, this is the one that was the root back there. So all the salt you throwing back there, all that extra 9 cents, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming back.
Man, let's go.
So disrespectful for you to say something
let's go
like
because,
that.
you guys with all this modern technology and all this stuff, you know how to twist things. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. But I told you
Young
before,
OG.
I told you before, we got receipts for that.
So we're creating new terminology here.
See, that's what happens when you still use AOL to communicate. You think some things that's old is new.
Now, first of all, don't shout out to AOL because that's what I had when I was first in Germany, early 2000s, late, 90s, whatever. But listen, we've evolved. We know that not many people still use AOL and things like that. But don't throw shots at me like that.
Don't throw shots at me. That hurts. What you talking about?
I asked a question. That's it. I didn't throw any shots.
You asked a question, right?
Come on,
I hear you. But just to let you know, I'm ready. All right, just let you know.
Load the clip.
Relax.
Wow.
But for everybody out here that knows, there's a lot of things. That's what happens too. That's why we here, because a lot of times your OG don't understand that there was a long period of time you were away when you made your own path, your own space, period. And there's a whole different mantra and energy around you that other people see in their experience, and now they gotta respect that, And
I get what you're saying, and I respect certain things, but I'm just saying, I have an issue with people giving themselves.
Oh no, I told you this. I never gave myself this. Come on. First of all, I kind of feel like you're calling me a cornball.
No, never that, never that. No, I'm saying
you don't self-proclaim yourself.
I would never say you're a cornball because you were, first of all, you were one of the best players to ever come through T.C. Williams High School, which I was at. And second of all, I took a lot of heat for giving you certain,
I earned
leeway in certain things, but people didn't understand that you earned that. I knew that you earned that.
Yeah.
The coaching staff knew that you earned that, but certain people on the outside didn't know that. And it's not any of their business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I took a lot of heat for that. But, I respect you and love you like a son. You know what I'm saying? But I never treat you like a son.
Why are you disrespecting me now?
I'm just questioning certain things. That's all. I'm just saying, when you say young OG, that's like me saying right now, because I'm 47 years old, and saying I'm Hove.
You are. Hove and you the same age. Hove might be like a year or two older.
There he is with this.
Yeah.
No.
That's Hove like 52, 51.
No, I'm
you turn it, by the time this come out, you'll be, Hove 51.
Thanks, Ethan. This is the first time you've ever been on time.
He was. That was the first
time ever. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, we got something for you right there, big dog. Let me find my button.
Man, this cat.
Look. Good job, E.
Man, let's go ahead and do your little introduction. Young OG. I'm OG and all this stuff. We get it moving. Let's go, man.
That's not self-proclaimed. And we've already discussed that. That's not self-proclaimed.
Okay, you're right.
I don't need to give myself.
I just asked a question, then we go into this the whole diatribe of what we're gonna do. Okay.
But I'm here with the old head, OG. Today he's Jupac. Jupac the Grouch. That's my old head. He's been my coach since high school. You guys that have been around, we 22 episodes in, you guys know. But let me give him an introduction that's more fitting and, that really is deserving of a guy of his stature.
I want you to put your hands together and welcome him to the stage. Big round of applause for Jackson Heights' own Mr. Randy Watson. Yes, Randy Watson.
That boy is good. Good and terrible.
So everybody give a round of applause to my guy, Coach Julian King, as you guys know him here in Dubai. What's up, OG, man? 22 episodes in. As you said, we moved from the apartment to the stew.
We moved from my apartment to the studio. And then you just played you just played a clip from one of the greatest movies ever. In terms of trying to like
introduce you.
No, disrespect me. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna overreact or anything like that. We're gonna keep it moving and things like that. But I'm just saying, you're back from the dead because last episode you were Mr. Snuffleupagus. You know what I'm saying? Like
you carry this.
Ethan, can you get some tissues? You know what I'm saying? I'm jealous. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But I'm saying, so I'm sitting here by myself, not a guy, not a fan of social media and things like that. But I'm like, you know what? It's a job. This is what I love to do. I have a passion for it. You know what I'm saying? My co-host, the main guy, is down under the weather a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I got this. But now you want to sit here and throw me under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Man. There's a cloud over my head and things like that. You want to come at me.
A cloud over your head.
But that's okay.
Head.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
Soft.
Okay. Yeah.
Y'all remember? Soft. It's all right, though, man. I'm glad you're here, though. Man. You got active, man. Cool, that's nice, though. But again, we're here at Bridgin the Gap podcast. As you see, we have a good time. Here we are, episode 22. You can tell if you're watching this internationally, we're from America, we're from the U.S. Virginia is where we reside, Virginia, Maryland. But we are here in Dubai, our new home. Live and direct, as the OG says, from Dubai.
Y'all know MTV back in the early 90s. Y'all know what it is.
Yo, MTV raps, man. That's that game. I got something for that too, though. Well, I'm gonna save it for later. But we here building a brand, a basketball brand, a basketball academy, a basketball culture called Hoopmountain.ae. You can check it. We got a little logo back there, a little shirt that we have. You can check us out on Instagram at Hoopmountain.ae, online at Hoopmountain.ae. And, check us out, tap in. Cool stuff. This is actually going to be a cool week coming ahead because we're going to have our Hoop Star shootout.
Correct.
So that's going to be, that's going to be fun. And you guys know about 2-3 episodes ago, we talked about how I got the best of Coach with my team. You admitted it. We got footage. I got clips of everything. My WSO team. So within these last 2 weeks or so, Coach and I have been riling up the troops on each side to get it going. I know he's coming.
Let's get into that.
You said it.
I know. I said that you guys played well, but we didn't get a chance to really get WSO versus JPS because time constraints.
All I know
we're
is
gonna take care of that this time.
Yeah, we're gonna get it done.
We'll take care of it.
Don't worry about it. We know where we're going. This is where the student teaches the whatever you want to call them a lesson, But let's get into some stuff. Well, first I got to make sure, when this episode drops, you'll be, you would have circled around the sun one more year. I'm going to give you your moment because it's a blessing, especially in the light of COVID, the pandemic, and everything. A lot of people, for one, haven't been able to, keep jobs. They've been losing family. They've been having to deal with things with themselves, and they haven't made it this year.
Right.
And then as we are as Black men, it's already just a battle anyway. Just first of all, let's give you a round of applause for that anyway, for making that. Thank you. We're glad you're here. But how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. As you mentioned that, it's a blessing to make it this far. I know. As this episode drops, I'll be 48, you know what I'm saying? And still getting buckets.
Yeah, listen, that's a feat. That's something to be proud of for sure. Because it's a lot of dudes that ain't out there walking the same.
Right. Sure.
Not making it happen. You sure out there get it done. Demonstrating the stuff for the kids.
Yeah.
We always talk about how important it is for them to see.
Right.
And you can still get out there and do your thing.
Yeah. And by the way, I made 15 in a row today.
15 in a row?
Jumpers in a row, and the kids were like, watch.
Who was counting? Ethan?
The kids were, Ethan, am I lying? Yeah, I'm saying like 15 in a row. And so the kids were like, Alex Tazi, one of your favorites, was like, yo, what's the most you ever made? I said 32 in a row. And I told him it was at a camp situation, whatever. But, the kids were asking me like, how do you make all these shots? How do you have perfect form? I said, hours and hours and hours of practice, hours and hours of watching film of great shooters and things like that. I said, this isn't something that happened overnight. I'm 47 years old. It was over a matter of time.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's dope, man. That's important. The power of being able to see what it is you want to be or what you want to do. And like, oh man, okay. I guess it is possible.
Yep.
Right. Well, happy birthday. Thank you. We all happy here for all the, the headaches. It's worth it. It's all love, man. We appreciate you.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's all love, man. It's all love. You looking at everybody else, but nobody else been in here 15 years with you. They don't have no clue.
Where's Jameson at?
Yeah,
Where's my boy Jameson?
And Jameson got a mild-mannered king. He didn't get the same one that I had. Yeah, you might have been just a year out of hooping, too. The contracts, but... let's get into a little bit of this action here.
Okay.
Ethan got up there that Zion officially reveals a signature shoe. Please give me a picture of that because I haven't seen one Jordan signature shoe for a player that looked good.
Outside of
Melo,
early Melos.
Yeah, early Melo.
The early Melos.
Yeah, I tried the CP3. I couldn't do it because I only tried it because I like CP3.
Right.
Rush joints look like they should be on a construction site. They got a lot of stuff with them. I see the Z in the shoe. I see the Z.
Can I say something?
Do your thing.
Shout out to Kendrick Perkins. Carry on. Listen. First of all, I'm not buying them anyway until they're a year.
They going on
out
sale.
of circulation.
Tell the truth. Clearance. Nike outlet.
But that's what I'm saying. I said a year out of clearance. I ain't buying those. I'm sorry.
Listen, those don't look any different from an Adidas shoe. A brand black. We can't be mad at Starbury and then we rocking this, right? Oh man. Okay, but it's the first one though. So they put a few designs in the I think he had a specific one. Yeah, I don't like it.
I like Zion a lot.
You see what's in the back of mine.
That's something I'll splurge on right there.
And it's different colors.
I'll take out a loan for those, but I ain't taking out a loan for those. Right?
He lied.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying, but if I had to.
Yeah, look, it's life or death situation. We going with the Kobe, the Bean. It's right now, we talked about this before. There's so much offensive power in the league. And we haven't been talking too much about NBA, like not in depth. And mainly because people hear it every day anyway on like First Take and all of those different things.
Right.
Undisputed and all that popcorn stuff. And I'm really just worried about the playoffs.
Right.
Right.
I mean, that's always really ever mattered in the NBA. Let's be honest, because in the last 20, 25 years or so, it's not about your positioning in the playoffs. It's just about making sure you're in the playoffs and preparing for the first round, and that's what really matters. And so, we have a lot of guys, a lot of teams now that make a lot of noise in the regular season. And then when the playoffs start, you don't hear anything from them.
Yeah, it's different battles. And I think too, that's why I know why when people talk about your greatness as a player, it can't get solidified until you've done something in the playoffs.
Right.
Right. Like all of that just matter because the stakes are higher. Right. The attention, that's one of those times, pros are pros for a reason.
Right.
Right. They say that there's that term that they coined saying you can't turn it on and off.
Right.
Right. Technically you can't. But there's a button that every pro turns on when it's time for the playoffs.
Yep.
Right. Every possession they're locked in. Right. Every pass they locked in, every shot. They're sitting the night before every playoff game is different than a regular season game.
Right.
I'm landing in Atlanta. we play a late game tomorrow. I might step out. In the playoffs, they doing that.
Stay away from Magic City.
Right? All of that. They stand away. But in the playoffs, it's different. Everybody's locked in a different space. So, everybody dropping 40s here and there. Yep. I know people want us to get on here and give Steph some praises.
And we should. I'll be honest with you. Steph is on a tear right now. Yeah. But there's been numerous streaks before. We all know that. That's just how it goes. The main thing is we're all watching because Steph is he has a higher bar than everyone else. Can he maintain this? Can he get them into the playoffs? And can they make a little noise in the playoffs? That's the thing. So I know that they've been decimated with injuries and things like that, but they still have a guy that was once unanimous MVP, another guy that was an all-star in Draymond Green, and they have another guy that was like, if I'm not mistaken, Coach of the Year. So they have a good foundation in terms of being able to make things work, and and go out with a bang.
Yeah.
We're not expecting the Golden State Warriors to make it to the finals. No. We're not expecting them to make it to the West Coast finals, but we're expecting them to, make it to the playoffs and put a good show in. And when, and finish up and then rest up for over the summer, and when Klay comes back, and then make a lot of noise next year.
Yeah. See, I will give him credit because this is the first time he's done this without Klay on the floor.
Right.
And we just talked about Klay is Klay.
Yep.
Right. That's an all-star. That's a two-way guy. He's arguably the best two-way guy in the league, and has been in that space for the last couple of years. So not having a presence like him on the court, and you're still putting up these numbers, you got to respect it, because of course everybody is coming at it. But I'm a Kobe guy. I seen Kobe go on streaks, right? MJ went on streaks.
Yep.
Harden went on streaks. Russ went on streaks. Wilt got the craziest streaks of them all.
Yeah, let me talk about some of that real quick. Wilt had 65 straight games with 30 or more points. No 3-pointers.
What?
So think about that.
You said
65, man. No 3-pointers.
65, 30 straight.
So everything he's getting is in the hole.
Yeah.
So whether you guys want to say that the league was less physical, more physical, what have you, he's bigger, stronger, whatever, he's in the hole. And if anybody who's ever played basketball knowing that in the hole is a little different.
Yeah.
A little different. So, shout out to Steph Curry. Shout out to Steph Curry for what he's doing right now. And shout out to the guys who, have blazed the trail before him.
Yeah. And he's a legend, right? So I'm expecting that anyway from a guy who's a legend. So I appreciate it. It's greatness. So it's not every day we get to see something like that. So
TJ Mazik, don't send me any more messages.
Yeah. So, he's up there in the likes of Kobe, MJ, all those great guys.
Yep.
But it is what it is. Rules are different. He shoots 3 balls.
That's what he does.
And it's amazing for him to have, I think in that streak, he got 6 games of 10+ straight ball made.
I know, it's incredible.
You still don't think he's the greatest shooter ever?
I've never.
You think it's debatable? That's what you said.
I always said that he's the best shooter off the bounce in NBA history. I'm always going to go with the best shooter in NBA history with a tie between Reggie Miller and Larry Bird. That's just me. That's my personal preference. This isn't anything that's substantiated by facts or anything. It's just my personal preference, because those guys, whenever the moment was shining the most, when it was the loudest, when it was the most at stake, those guys drop bombs and they shot less threes. So, it's a different game right now. That's all. No disrespect to anybody. It's just my preference.
Yeah.
Don't give me that. Don't give me that.
It's tough, because I will say Steph does have clutch moments. Knocking down tray balls.
I never said that. I'm just talking about.
You said one of the moments of the biggest. And we're looking at it, it's like, how can you not say Steph is the unanimous best shooter ever? I don't like.
Off the bounce. He for sure shoots. He shoots better off the bounce than Larry Bird and Reggie Miller because he handles better than those two. I'm just saying in terms of catch and shoot, when it's on the line, you fear those guys.
You don't fear Steph catching?
Yeah,
shoot?
but I'm saying we talk about. I got Bird and Miller tied for first, and I got Steph right there. I mean, what are you talking about?
But this is what I'm saying. And you gotta, when you talk about catch and shoot, it's just playing devil's advocate.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So you would say Steph doesn't have an opportunity to get any catch and shoot. And if we put in volume the amount of shots that he has to shoot those off the dribble because nobody's letting him get any catch and shoot.
But that's not true because
who's creating?
Because Draymond Green is their point guard.
But Draymond not a traditional point guard. He's not doing that off a drive and kick, right? Draymond is using his body to do some shielding and set some screens. He's doing a lot of shovels. He's doing a lot of those other things.
But
coming off screens.
But I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about in years past. We talk about Steph on one side, Clay on the other side, and Draymond's in the middle facilitating everything. Yeah, you can get a shot where it's just catch and shoot. And then we talk about the other factor that was thrown in there, the Durantula, Kevin Durant, that allows you to catch and shoot. Don't dismiss that.
I don't think he gets the same volume as far as catch and shoot goes. And especially in comparison to Reggie Miller. Because Reggie's game was more so off of that screen.
He had to because he couldn't dribble.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to compare that.
Right, but in the same sense, Reggie Miller's only shooting half of the shots that because the game is different now. Yeah, I mean that's different. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean it's just different. You know, it's just different.
Steph's the greatest shooter ever.
They're all great, man.
Steph's the greatest though.
You think so?
I got to, even if I don't want to admit it, like
that's fine. I mean
that.
Yeah,
he got it.
Listen.
He got it. I don't think that's an opinion. I think that's a fact. If
you pick Steph as your greatest shooter ever, I would never argue against that.
Yeah, but except for right now.
But if I no, I'm not arguing against. I'm picking my guy.
Yeah, I know.
I'm picking my two guys, Bird and Miller. That's it.
Okay, so this is the thing, right?
And then I got,
every hooper got their own personal top five, and then they got a top five that they know is really the top five.
Right.
All right. You got your top two or whatever, but you know who the greatest is. You know somebody got to be the greatest.
Well, I'm just thinking about
you gotta pick one.
When I'm thinking about like size and things like that.
I'm just talking about the shot. Who is the one?
Clay's up there too.
You like Clay though.
I love Clay. I love Clay for sure. Because he not only he gets buckets, he straps up on the other end. So I mean, and he doesn't need a lot of touches. I mean, listen, man.
Like Clay is different.
If you said Coach King, you gotta take Steph Curry. I'm like, all right, let's roll. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. I mean, it's just my personal preference. That's all.
Yeah.
Because I like a guy like a
Yo, what you gonna do with the bottle, man?
I'm gonna drink some water in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But you keep talking to me about this stuff, whatever. Actually, I'm getting parched right here. But Steph is a guy like, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna get buckets for sure. But if you were to tell me like, I got Clay or Reggie or those guys, whatever, I know that we don't have to run stuff for them, or even Ray Allen for that matter, because we can get their shot off a little bit, more. But I mean, listen, man, you can't go wrong with any of these guys. You can't go wrong. And you're trying to bait me right now. I know.
I was. That's a fact. I was trying to get you. But that's just to say, it's nice because Joker's putting up his numbers. Yeah. Steph is putting up his numbers. Joel is still putting them up. I see Ja silently killing. And I'm a big Ja fan.
For sure you are.
Everybody all across the board is getting to it in their way. So it's going to be interesting to see. My guys are coming back soon.
Who's your guy?
AD is on his way back. LeBron will be back shortly.
Who's LeBron?
Yes, Lord. Look, everybody is just, casually saying this.
But we've seen LeBron come back in playoff mode before and nothing.
Not lately.
Just
Not lately. Look, that's your guy, so we know
for
better
sure.
than that.
That's my guy.
And then LaMelo is supposed to be coming back too. I think he just got cleared. So I like that because it just showed he tough.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I do like the fact that, he's coming back from injury early and not sitting out, which he could easily do because a lot of guys do.
And they said that, remember when they first came out that he was hurt, they said that he would be out possibly for the remainder of the season. So that lets you know that he was like, nah.
I want to play.
Right?
I want to play.
Before he got hurt, they were 4th seed, right now they're 8th. So you know what that is.
I want to earn my money. I want to make sure we make the playoffs. Yeah. I want to keep the spot that we had before I was injured, and then, and then we go from there. And I respect that because there's so many guys now that make a lot of money and they take an injury and say, you know what, I'm going to milk this.
You like bringing that money in.
It's the truth. Think about it. Right now. No. Stop. This is for everybody in America, in the world.
To your camera.
I'm talking to you guys.
That's your.
Somebody telling you right now, you're going to make $2 million, right? No matter what happens.
After taxes, like 1.2.
Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's actually more than that.
It's
like 48%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But after taxes, whatever, you're going to make X amount of dollars no matter what happens because you're injured, right? Do you decide to go and play and risk it? You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Before, guys would go play when they were injured because there wasn't as much money guaranteed, and the money that was guaranteed wasn't as high. So you were playing for not only money but also pride. So now when you make a lot of money, it's easier to sit out in terms of pride because just like I'm protecting my generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? And so I respect that from Melo. Because like that's an old school way of thinking. Like, my team was in 4th when I got injured. Now they're in 8th. So let me go in here now and give them everything I got to make sure we solidify our spot in the playoffs. I respect that. Mm-hmm. And that's a part of his pops. His pops is old school. You know what I'm saying? His pops has new ways of thinking, of course, because that's what got his kids into the position they're in now.
Right.
But he's old school as well. Yeah. And I respect that, man. Come on, man. Like I love that actually.
And when you think about it, like I said, LeVar always said the same thing. My boys are winners.
Yes. Yes.
Right? And so we talked about it episodes before. Being a part of a winning team, you understand what has to be done, what it means to get to a winning standpoint. Right. Yes. And when you're in Charlotte, they don't have a history of winning. I think Paul Silas might have been the coach last time they went to the
with Grandmama,
right,
and Lonzo and Del Curry, the great Del Curry.
Nobody that's listening or has been on Instagram has seen one game of Muggsy, Del Curry, Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning,
and that's disrespectful.
I bet you they have no idea that Alonzo Mourning played for the Hornets.
Probably, you're probably right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Like just thinking about that, like if I can find a Lonzo Mourning jersey right now, like that'd be from the Hornets, that'd be fire. But they have no clue of that. Like we really, from our generation, when we talk about it, it's Charlotte Bobcats,
right?
Gerald Wallace, Steve Jack, and that's the last time they was in the playoffs. When Jackson was there, they had Reverend Knight, Raymond Felton, like that time, the MJ era. Right. So they don't have any winning, nothing going on. So for me, I'm looking at it, this is my own perspective that, all right, LaMelo's like, I'm going to be here at least 2 or 3 more years. We do have some pieces. I'm a winner and we need something different. So I'm going to keep pushing.
I mean, he could be thinking long term, think of like, because I'm here, other people will come.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. They'll come if he's there.
Inshallah. Man, Lord knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's dope. Man, so just recently they had a breakdown of the youngest players in NBA history to reach 9,000 career points.
Okay.
They go LeBron James, not a bad player. Kevin Durant,
not a bad player.
Carmelo Anthony,
not a bad player.
Kobe Bryant.
Not a bad player.
Devin Booker.
Not a bad player.
Not bad at all, right? Not bad at all. But D Book
doesn't get the respect he deserves. Yeah, doesn't get the respect.
When we talk about Ja, one of my favorite young guys, D Book is right there.
Right.
Like he just approach it different.
Yep.
Even off the court.
Right.
Do his own thing. He chilling. Like I'm writing my own. He said he writing his shoe every day, be legendary. Yep. His last thing Kobe told him. Like he just approach it like Denzel in Equalizer. He's so professional.
Right. Right.
He's so it's professional. However you want it, he gonna give it to you.
Right. You could tell that he was gonna be that way because he was sixth man in Kentucky.
And that was crazy when you think about how effective he was in that role.
Right.
How he adjusted to that, no problem. Did his thing. Right. And just knowing that when I get here, it's gonna be different.
Right.
That's a high level IQ guy right there.
Right. Well, I mean, it's more so of a guy that just appreciates where he is. And it's like, you know what? I could be at any other university in the United States playing 40 minutes a night.
Struggling, getting triple teamed.
But I want to be here because I believe in Coach K. Coach C. I'm sorry, Coach Cal. I'm sorry. And I believe in this program. And I want to be here. And I'm still going to achieve my goals by staying here. And so let me stay here, refine my game, and I'm still going to be a professional.
And playing competition, too.
That's just how it is. And so that's what he did, man. I mean, even guys who, like myself, who I consider myself a basketball, junkie, I could see that he could play, but nobody knew he was this nice.
Yeah.
But also going into his professional career, he had a work ethic. And so, it's paying off now, and so, he's a special guy, man.
I appreciate it, man. And so, I gotta find mine.
Here we go.
I gotta give it up. That's my guy. I gotta show some love to it, but that's going to be something dope to watch. I think the league is in good hands when it comes to just talent. There's a lot of young talent there. I think they're going to be, good hands. I got a few questions from the young bucks that follow us on Hoopmountain, Instagram, and Bridgin the Gap.
Okay.
And they asked us about the upcoming draft. And I said, usually I do pay attention. One, because I'm at home so I can watch more college and be in tune with things. And I pay attention to what's coming. But as of late, I think because we get so many kids that come in and then after a while, they're useless or they're not even in the league anymore. They're in G League. So I always say, I'll wait until I see them as pros. But my guys talked about, I think they said the top 4 picks. Mobley, I think his name Evan Mobley, coming out of USC.
Okay.
My boy said he's a guy that can guard all 5 positions. Okay. A big man. He can guard off the pick and roll. He can score. Of course, you got Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, and Cade Cunningham.
Right.
Those are top 4. And then I heard, Sharif Cooper, he's one of those young guard. Remember you sent me the video? You didn't know who he was. You said He's a young guy that got some handle like Kyrie Irving out in Georgia.
Oh, I didn't know.
Remember you sent me that?
Yeah.
You told me that's Sharif Cooper. He went to Auburn and things. So they asked me about
I can't see it because Ethan is not keeping up with
he's too slow.
The dialogue.
But I would say, I don't even pay, and this is not going to be a podcast to where we try to do too much of guessing without taking our time to really look at it, because for me, I think Jalen Green would be is a promising prospect, but that's because he's the one kid, him and other peer that went to the G League instead of college. Right. And from what I've seen with him playing in the G League with pros who are fighting, I think he got the best chance of really being useful.
It all depends on where you land.
So much of that.
That I'm sorry. That's number
Who
one.
you apologizing to?
I'm the microphone because I hit the microphone. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, boom. I'm giving you extra work when you, you know what I'm saying, do the editing or whatever. But I'm saying it depends on where you land, because if you land somewhere that doesn't do a good job of taking care of young players, then you can do a disservice to yourself.
For sure, man.
So,
for sure.
It just depends where you land and, you know, who you are as a player. So there's a lot that goes involved with this. But honestly,
I know you like K. You like big guards.
I love big guards because the one thing you can do with big guards is that you can slow the game down and control the tempo. Because, you know, you can always Magic Johnson somebody the ball. Yeah. Bring the ball up.
It's just tough for me to think about because of the league itself. Yeah, I get college and all this other stuff, but you got to also be a certain level of dynamic athletically, right? If not, I'm talking more for an immediate impact. If not, you're going to have to get to a place, an organization that's going to work with you and develop you and get you through stuff. Because you think about LaMelo, right? LaMelo isn't one of the best as far as athleticism, but he spent 4 years, almost 3 years, playing against pros, getting beat, learning how to work like a pro, and coming into a game with a pro mindset. So he's already been in a space and he's a big guard at that too. But he's already in a space to where he's not approaching it like college. Like everything is a bit different. He's been broken in.
Right. I mean, but that's the thing though. Like it just depends, you know, who you are. Like,
yo, you gonna put the water bottle down? I just you hold it like it's a cane or something.
I just feel like holding it. I don't know why. Like, you know what I'm saying? No turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach Chaney. This is what I'm saying. Like, he's a big guard though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a big guard that, you know, no matter where he's been, he's the biggest guard that they've seen.
Yeah.
And so he knows he can slow it up. He can speed it up whenever he wants.
We've seen that before though.
I mean, but not on every level.
Yeah, but come on, pros. Like
yeah,
pros, you see that, but that's why I say it's tough for me.
But I give him credit because he was doing this at 15, 16.
He was little though. But I ain't want to bring it back to LaMelo.
No, I'm saying, but his journey was different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, the current guys that, you know, are big guards and things like that, like they hold an advantage over the smaller guys.
Yeah.
They just do. That's just bottom line. I mean, it's a game of who's closest to the basket. That's just how it is.
It's tough. It's tough. So I'm going to be watching these young prospects more so when it gets close to the summer league time.
Yep.
When they play against each other, what their workouts look like, and more so than then when they're in that environment, because some people are also guarded by a system.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
you know, because we talk about Jalen Suggs. Like, you know, everybody's texting me like, "Yo, Gonzaga ran into some thugs."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Baylor was some thugs. You know what I'm saying. It was a different type of physicality, and we don't know. Jalen Suggs could be an elite player if he's got dogs with him.
Yeah.
We don't know until, you know, and it's gonna take until the summer league, like you said, and eventually draft time, who you're getting drafted to,
major,
and then your coach. Bottom line,
yeah, that's big. But you know, we'll see. Hit us with the topic list there, E. Youngest players, all that stuff is good. What's that? 33-year-old perspective. No, we're good. This is something that we talk about often. I want to move to.
Okay.
And best hoop cities. Right? So we know everybody has their opinion on best basketball cities. What's the mecca of basketball? Not the actual arena, but the location, the city. Right. What area is the hub and where it all is good? And I think that's something that changes generationally. Right. So like for you, I know the basketball criteria for the best hoop cities is different for what I would consider, or what we even consider, because I don't even think that we do have a criteria for it. But I'll let you break down the criteria as the OG.
Okay.
Just put it just plainly as basketball terms. This is the criteria for what would make you the best basketball city, and then we'll put together our top
Okay.
5.
I'm gonna say for me,
you gotta put the joint out of bounds though, man.
Well, man, the bottle.
You like Bishop Don Juan, man.
My God, why is it's bothering you but nobody else?
Oh, God.
Ethan hasn't said anything. Abdullah hasn't said anything.
Abdullah, that's our guy. Collective Media, they hold us down. Abdullah is not worried about us.
Exactly. See, he's the conductor. He's the maestro behind all of this, and he's not saying anything. But then Coach Ryan is saying anything because it's bothering him. I don't understand why. But anyway, we talk about the best cities for basketball. I'm always looking at like the best high school and prep school programs, college programs, and pros coming out of the area.
Hold on, you gonna put college programs in there? Because college programs don't necessarily have the local kids from there.
Oh my God,
that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm trying to get clarity. Because University of Maryland is in DMV.
I know, but you want to talk about the University of Maryland? Who's the best player on the University of Maryland?
Before it was Juan Dixon.
No, for women's basketball. I mean, we talk about men's and women's basketball. Owusu. She's from.
Oh, we talking about right now? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going by men's and women's basketball in terms of AAU, high school, prep school, and college. And who do you have in the professional ranks?
Okay. Oh, maybe I got it wrong. Is it when you say college? Is it what that person from that area does at whatever college they go to? Or,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going by all of that.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Because some people, you may be from the DMV, right, which where we're from,
and go to Texas like KD,
and go to Texas like KD did, and do work.
Right.
And you only went to Texas because you want something different.
Gotcha. I thought you were saying like, Memphis got to have Memphis University.
No. Because some of the coaches are crazy. We talking about Steph Curry and Seth Curry. They should have been in Virginia Tech. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a fact, though.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I think that it goes from your grassroots, high school, college, and professional ranks in terms of who you have representing your area for basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had to name an area.
Hold on. Because we talked about this before. So there's a bunch of other stuff that you said that I want you to bring up now, too. When you talking about what the runs were like in the summer.
Okay.
Right? Because you did bring that up too. Because that sets the city apart too.
Correct.
Right? What the runs are like in the summertime. Like those private ones. Like
if I can ever finish, okay.
No, how long is you gonna take?
I'm saying what do you need me to say?
Yeah. You about to rank them already.
All right, okay. Finish up.
I'm done.
Talking about the runs in the summer. I'm adding all that stuff.
Okay.
If I had to rank the areas right now, I'm going with the DMV. Let me explain this to everybody. That encompasses Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, and Maryland. So it's a wide range of athletes that are competing in basketball. It's called the DMV.
Coach, I gotta step in. Baltimore don't want to be a part of the DMV.
They have to be in this situation though.
Yeah, because they want to stand alone, and they'll say just because it's 45 minutes.
But they want to stand alone in terms of battling DC. But when it comes to recognizing the DMV, they know that they got to stand. They got to stand firm with the DMV because like it's 40 minutes away.
Yeah. Well, I'm just for everybody's out there that's from home. It was Coach King's decision to include Baltimore, part of D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, Northern Virginia, not mine.
Oh my God!
No, that's cool.
I got to.
You got ties there. You know better.
I got to be honest with you, just because we all know that if you take a team from Baltimore City, a team from the DMV, and the team from the DMV could be a mixture of kids from Prince George's County,
Mm-hmm.
Montgomery County,
Mm-hmm.
DC, and Fairfax County, and Alexandria City, and Arlington City, we know that when you guys are pitted against other cities in the United States, you guys stand together.
Always.
So why not represent together? That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a basketball mecca, and it covers a lot of square mileage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's probably overshadowing New York City,
Yeah.
Northern New Jersey, Southern New Jersey, Philadelphia, the Hampton Roads area, Chicago, Detroit, St. Celia, shout out St. Celia, LA,
Yeah.
Houston,
Mm-hmm.
Oakland,
Yeah.
Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about those areas. Like, it's just, it's hard to put in a place who is actually the best. But when you talk about like just annually who has the most best basketball players, men and women, I'm going with the DMV. I'm just being honest with you. If we talk about women's basketball currently,
Mm-hmm.
AZ Fudd,
Mm-hmm.
St. John's High School basketball.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about Usu.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Paul VI? We talk about Coach Keisha
Mm-hmm.
at Bishop Ironton.
Yeah. Tierra
Ruffin Pratt. Let me bow down to her.
Yeah. It's a bunch of Marissa.
It's a lot of them.
Marissa Coleman's. I think Nikki Teasley is from the DMV.
It's a lot. The head coach at Duke.
Yes, Kara Lawson.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. You know what I mean? So my thing is that we're talking about Baltimore, DC, Montgomery County, Prince George's County, Northern Virginia, which is Fairfax County, which is one of the largest counties in the nation, Arlington City,
Mm-hmm.
Alexandria City.
Mm-hmm.
We're educating people right now.
Yeah, you're going into it.
There's a lot of ball players there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I think that they need their respect.
Yeah. I mean, I'm there. So after that, right, where are you going? DMV got one.
After that,
I'm in agreement in that.
After that, I'm probably going with we were talking about the latest trend of athletes. I'm probably heading towards LA.
All right, I'm with you there. I didn't know you was going.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'm with you right there.
You're talking about the fellow right there.
Yeah,
you know
it's a lot of them. And you talk about that summer bump.
Yeah.
That Drew League action, and I know Venice Beach still get off too. Like, it's a lot going
You don't
on.
have to say any more than Drew League.
Right.
It's still popping.
You know they got a documentary on that, right?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, I saw it. I think Baron Davis helped put it together too. And I saw it on Amazon.
B. Diddy?
B. Diddy.
B. Diddy before the Jerry Curl or after the Jerry Curl? And
he might have been in between.
Oh, my bad. B. Diddy, we love you, man. We just got to come at you like that.
That was a wild one. But Drew League got his own documentary out that breaks that down. But
yeah.
I'm with you with LA at number 2.
Yeah.
That's for sure. LA got a lot going on. And that summertime bump is heavy. And there's a lot of trainers in both of those areas too that let you know that, man, there's some more we can get to on top of that.
For sure.
So we got DMV. Yeah, Baron Davis got. He trying to get.
Let's focus in. Ethan, let's focus in on this.
That's
B.
funny.
Diddy, we got you, baby.
Yeah, that curl is crazy. That Andre Miller we talked about. Nah, man.
But no, seriously, LA for sure.
Yeah, LA. And then number 3.
It gets a little sketchy there just because with COVID and everything, things have changed a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know who I would pick in terms of the last year or two. But before COVID, I'd probably say I got to give love to that Texas area.
You the first. It's the first time I'm seeing anybody say that though.
Man,
So
listen.
you got to talk to me about that one. Texas is big though. Yeah.
It's huge, man.
Yeah.
Like if anybody's ever traveled through Houston and traveled through Texas in terms of driving in a car, it's a day-long experience.
Yeah, you gotta give an area in Texas because Texas is like its own country.
When we talk about Austin, Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, Corpus Christi, like it could be a 2-day experience. You know what I'm saying? And you think about that. There's a lot of athletes that hoop, that play football. Just athletes in general in Texas. And so therefore, you know, they're going to have a lot of players.
Yeah. So you're saying, what is it, like the Dallas-Fort Worth area or the Houston?
I'm gonna say the Dallas-Fort Worth area and the Houston area.
Yeah.
It's a lot of players.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you know.
Okay, so number 4. There's one that I'm waiting to hear to see if you throw out. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just trying to see if you're gonna bring it.
If I had to go number 4, I'm probably gonna say that Miami, Orlando area.
Oh, okay.
I'm just being honest because
you're putting me on. I told you this is why we here.
The one thing is like,
and I know you putting in not just like my 20 years of experience, but your 15 before then, including all that. That's encompassing of more than just.
Shout out to Huey Futch. I'm just going by just athletes. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing is we all know the South has a lot of athletes. We know that. You know what I'm saying? Football, basketball, you know, volleyball, lacrosse, and just that's how it is. And a lot of those players, you know, get into Division I, Division II, Division III, college athletics, and they go on from there. And, you know, because they're the South, they don't get the love that they probably should get. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and so that's just the way it is. But I got to give love to them. I mean, that Miami, Orlando area, there's a lot of players come out of there, man. A lot. I mean, seriously.
So, all right, you got to run out your top 5.
Ooh, who's my 5? I got to go to Midwest, Chicago.
Okay.
I mean, I just have.
I was waiting to hear.
Yeah. Chicago for sure. You know what I'm saying? Mac Irvin, Fire. You know, you guys always got the best athletes for sure. But Chicago and Illinois itself, you know, and shout out to Milwaukee because it's only an hour and a half away.
Shout out to Chaz.
You know, what's my guy from the Golden State Warriors? The big guy. He's from Looney. Yeah. I gotta give him love because Chaz would kill me if I didn't. You know, there's a lot of players right there, in that area. But you know, of course, you know, outside, can we say honorable mentions?
No.
I mean,
let me do my list first.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sticking with the DMV.
Okay.
I'm sticking with LA.
Okay.
And I'm sticking with Chicago.
Okay.
Now, what I don't know is how valid this Miami, Orlando, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston energy is. But I still got to give love to the tri-state area.
What's the tri-state area?
So what I'm thinking of that Philly, Jersey, New York stuff right there.
Okay, the reason I asked you what the tri-state area was because for some people, the tri-state area is New York,
Delaware,
Connecticut,
yeah,
and Jersey.
You know
what I'm saying? So
I'm going with Philly. I'm putting Philly there.
You're going to go Philly, Delaware, and Jersey, right? For your tri-state area.
Well, I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna go Philly and New York.
Okay.
And then 2 separate ones. Those 2 separate spaces.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Philly and New York. Like Philly and then New York has its own space.
The only reason I ask it is because, you know, some people get mixed up in the tri-state areas.
Yeah.
And then you think about like in the last couple of years, Philly hasn't had the name brand players that it has in the past. And that's the only reason I didn't mention them.
Well, if we talking about collectively, right? Because, you know, Morris twin just won a chip.
No.
You talking about?
We're talking about coming out right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't pay as much attention here, but I know Philly still got a heavy feel on the game, and I'm putting Philly over in Miami. in Orlando for sure. Like
Okay.
if we got to put up day 5 versus that 5,
Okay.
I'm going Philly for sure. I agree with the rest, but I might gotta do my Googles.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta do our Googles.
It's your
so
opinion,
I'll
my
take
opinion.
it.
It's
So
a
we'll see.
podcast, man.
Yeah.
It's nobody's professional opinion. We're not putting any money on this. It's our opinion.
Yeah, look, he love to bring that up too. I'm telling you, don't ever say, "Coach, let's play 1-on-1." Yeah, make sure y'all come ready for all that.
What does that mean?
Yeah, just make sure you come ready. That's all I'm gonna say. Because he a whole different guy. 1-on-1, all right. Put $10 on it. We'll see what happens.
Dang, I'm as cheap as $10.
I didn't want to put no real numbers.
I'm just saying, but that's what you just did. You put $10 on, so people thinking like, oh, I can challenge Coach King for $10.
No, they might think you Barkley with the. Everybody will get that joke, but the interesting part about that, and more the reason why I put DMV, LA, Chicago, Philly, New York, has a lot to do with those runs. Even growing up, you always know that if you go to those 5 places, you're going to be able to bump somewhere outside
right.
people. So I wanted to ask you about what was different from between then and now. Because you got to play while you were still a pro in the early 2000s, and then you got to watch that 90s and bump and everything else. You got to see the transitions from city to city and then in the grassroots level period about how the summer ball changed.
Right. Well, I mean, the summer ball changed. Like, guys don't play outside now at all. You know, you think about it, even when the great Kobe, AI, and those guys were playing, when they made an appearance outside, it was a spectacle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That don't happen anymore.
Yeah.
You know, now it's everything personalized or NBA sanctioned, so to speak. You know, and that's why I mentioned Orlando, Miami, because there's always a bump in Orlando in the summer. And it's called the NBA Summer League. You know what I'm saying? So I always put them in there because if you want to try to get onto an NBA roster and you don't have a name, go play there.
You don't put it on Vegas too then?
Yeah, but I'm saying, but we know Vegas is like the creme de la creme. But but everybody doesn't know about Orlando.
Yeah.
It's a whole different animal. Because you think of Vegas, you think of bright lights, you think about
stars.
Yeah. But Orlando, you're like, really? You know what I'm saying? So really you don't know about it. Because Orlando happens before Vegas. And so the summer bump has changed so much in that, you know, you think about even Philly, for example, you had the Sunny Hill League.
Yeah.
You know, things they're not as talked about as they were before. They're not as publicized. You know what I'm saying?
You think
about Detroit, St. Cecilia. It's not as talked about as it was before. You talk about Chicago. It's not as talked about as before. You know, you could play in those leagues, but it's just not the same. But then you go to LA. The Drew League is publicized.
You got to paint the picture for, you just casually mentioned Sunny Hill League. Right.
Okay.
Because we're bridging the gap, right? I know because my OG, right? And you know what I'm saying? So
Mr. Rowland,
I know that between Villanova, Temple, all that, you guys are
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to break that down.
If you're playing Sunny Hill League in Philadelphia area, it's the top teams from South Jersey, Philadelphia, Delaware, and Maryland. That's just how it is. You're in that league. And then there's also other teams that are, you know, if you're playing in Pittsburgh or you're playing in Rutgers or something like that, you're playing in the Sunny Hill League if you're from that area. And it was a league where it wasn't so much, you know, hoopla. It was just, let's get in here, let's get some work in, let's get to it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You go back to your schools, whether it be Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA, JUCO, at the end of the summer, and you put in some work. That's what it was for.
And your coach knew.
And your coach knew.
Trusted.
Your coach knew, and your coach trusted it. Your coach sent a representative or themselves sat there and watched you play in the summer. And so it was different. You know what I'm saying? The Sunny Hill League, I will say, was different because it wasn't so much you're just on your own, you're just playing for it. No. You wouldn't be on a team with somebody that was on your current college team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was on WDAS.
Right.
And, you played against other players from other schools. The Big Five. Temple, Villanova, St. Joe's, you know what I'm saying? LaSalle, Drexel is not in the Big Five, but it was in there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it was. And it was.
So for you went to Temple. So your teammates might have been from
LaSalle,
whatever, but you couldn't have no Temple
correct.
On the team. So
correct.
You guys are just mixing up and 5 dogs and y'all just.
That's 5 dogs. Then just go. You just go. And it wasn't about, you got write-ups in the paper and things like that, whatever, the local paper, but it was more about your progression to help your team, your school team, the next school year.
Is that the league you said Bean pulled up to? Kobe.
No. When I talked about Kobe was when it was a pick up a game in McGonigal Hall.
Yeah. Man, but those moments are dope. Like we see pictures of, just the other day you sent me a picture of MJ at a summer league. Right. So when I hear about the Sunny Hill League, you talking about leagues in Detroit, leagues in Chicago, those things are different. I see my guys at home trying to put those things together and galvanize those things. But what's important to make those happen is the pros.
Right.
Like a lot of those pros got to come back and play and mix in with those college guys so there can be some competitiveness and there can be something that's continually growing. Not NBA pros necessarily.
It can be overseas. It can be it can be anybody. It can be a journeyman in the NBA. Just somebody who gets paid to play the game, allowed to come back and play and give them somewhere consistent to play that's safe and constructive each week, and they will come.
Yeah, word. That's something that I would love to see again.
Yeah.
I mean, in a place like Dubai,
right,
we're trying to create that.
Right.
Our young guys and our young ladies going to be listening to us, and they're going to have no clue. Like, what? What is that even like to have in the summertime when it's just like a pickup game, but you got 50, 60, 70 people sitting around a hot gym,
right,
just watching you guys play.
Right.
You can smell the hot dogs from the hot dog stand.
Right. For sure.
Kids running around acting crazy, but it's some of the best bump ever.
Yep.
That NBA lockout in 2011, we got to see that. Yep. Kobe went to go play here. KD went to go shut down Rucker. Harden went here. Everybody went to these different places, but that was the essence of the game. We want to see that happen again. That's everything comes full circle. Right? Like your bell-bottom jeans is going to come back. Right? Like, I know how that's going to happen. I got pictures and stuff. All those things going to come back. So hopefully it comes back to that essence, man. We had a bunch of other stuff to get to, but, you wanted to tell me I wasn't a young OG for the first 20 minutes.
No, I just asked you a question. I mean, it wasn't, I was not telling you.
You're ridiculous.
I just asked you a question. That's
assassination of character. Right. We had a couple other ones to get to.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. But we got back. I'm back in full effect. And if you guys are here with us, thank you.
It's not so.
Because, man, last week was a good episode, though. You got into your storytelling bag. A little reading rainbow.
Readers for leaders.
Look, what was her name? He was on reading rainbow. He was on Star Trek, too. The black guy. LeVar. Yeah, LeVar something.
LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton. You knew. You knew.
Yeah, I know come on, man. Like,
yeah. I knew too. Reading rainbow. That's crazy. But you guys know, before we wrap up any episode, it's always the same. We give you a post-game wrap-up. That's the basketball player in us. At the end of the game in the locker room, win, lose, or draw, Coach is giving you something to walk away with. So, Coach, I'm going to pass the rock to you. Let you rock us out.
I would say this particular time, and for some people, this may seem a little crazy, but I want to be honest with this. This is how I feel. It's my personal thought on things. Oh, here we go. Lead with your heart and not always with your mind, because we all know that when you start to lead things with your mind, you start to overthink things sometimes, and you start to get into what could go wrong, what could go right, and things like that, and you don't make a decision. But when you lead with your heart, that's how you feel ultimately, emotionally, and you make a decision. And the thing is, you're going to make mistakes in life, and that's what life is about, making mistakes and learning from those mistakes and moving on. And if you make a mistake with your heart, stand by that, and you go forward, and you know that that's how you felt at the time, whether right or wrong. That's how you felt, and you go with it. And that's how I try to live my life right now, because I've made a lot of mistakes, and I'm going to make a lot more mistakes. But knowing that I'm going with my heart over my mind all the time, knows that I'm a human being, and I'm going by that.
Cash. I wish I had my pen and paper so that I can write down the date and time and those exact words that you use so that I can hold you to it. Talking about overthinker, Coach break down those lists. So I hope you taking that in. I hope you leading with your heart these next couple of years here. But no, that there is very valuable game right there to pass to somebody. From right now, I'm in the space where, as a young OG, I'm kidding, but your struggle may turn into somebody else's motivation. Because as we say in basketball, we don't reinvent the wheel, right? Whatever you've gone through or are going to go through, in some sort of way, somebody has felt that same emotion. The action may be different, but the emotion that they're feeling at that moment, they felt that before. They'll be looking for something to give them that extra push. And your struggle may be what they need to motivate them, because you pushed through it and you learned and you got through. And now you are an example of how they can keep going and turn their life around or create something new for themselves. So everybody's struggle can be somebody else's motivation. So keep pushing. But you guys know how this rocks. We here. Yes, Lord. Bridging the Gap, episode 22. Man, we got toys now, too. Hoopmountain.ae. Check us out. Hoopmountain.DXB on Instagram. Hoopmountain.ae online. We're around for all your training needs, your basketball talk, basketball apparel coming soon, basketball everything coming soon. So you guys check in, stay tuned, and watch. And I've missed out on this a couple times, but keep it going, keep it simple, keep it real.